Okay, so you got our top 5 amazing movies of last year. But now we're going to talk about those shitty shit movies that you unfortunately had to waste your life with. So without any further ado, let's go.
I'm going to start this one off, and I'm doing more of a top 5 most disappointing as opposed to top 5 worst. So I think our lists are going to vary a little bit in that regard. But for me, my number 5 most disappointing film is probably Minions. Just because the first 2 Despicable Me films, it kind of built up these characters so well, and they worked fantastically in supporting roles. But now that they have their own movie, it just didn't really appeal to me as much as I was really hoping it would. It's much more aimed towards kids than I was expecting it to be. And I don't know, it just didn't really speak to me as much as I was kind of hoping it would. The story wasn't really that deep. And I don't know, I just didn't really like it as much as I was hoping I would. So, yeah, Minions is probably the number 5 most disappointing film of the year.
Well, yeah, I just took it off my 5th because it is my number 6, and I was really disappointed with that one. But we got something way worse, something coming up the creek, and I'm telling you what it is. It's The Green Inferno. What a pile of shit this movie was. It was blood, gore. I think there was tits, maybe. But it was a stupid movie. It was a stupid movie. Was it the worst movie I've ever seen in my life? No, I've seen way worse. Was it a stupid-ass movie that I wasted 2 hours with? Yes, it was. I wasted a nice, solid 2 hours of sleeping or fucking to watch this movie. And man, oh man, when I came out of that theater, and my wife turns to me and says, "What the fuck did we just watch?" I didn't have an answer, because that's Green Inferno.
My number 4 choice on this list for disappointing, that has to go to Tomorrowland, because the trailer itself kind of made it seem like this really cool concept where this girl, she finds this coin, and it's going to transport her to basically the future for some unknown task or unknown reason. We're going to get to see like all these cool inventions in this cool futuristic utopia. No. Spoilers
No.
for this now. But basically, when they get to Tomorrowland, her and George Clooney, it's deserted, it's run down. There's nothing cool about it because basically it was a fine movie at the best, but it was just one of the more disappointing films of the year for me because of that.
Yeah, it was definitely a poop. Number 4. Woo! I saw this movie. I didn't go to the theaters for it. I watched this movie for free. When my cable went down, I had to watch something on my computer. And let me tell you, it still fucking sucked. I hope this is this year. Get Hard.
Yeah, that was in January.
Oh, talk about the most unfunny movie of the year. It's so hard to watch. I didn't laugh once. My wife got mad at me because she's like, "Why are we watching this?" I'm like, "There's nothing else. We're out of cable. The electricity it's off. I can't do anything." The movie was just so bad. It made me mad. So I read. And it made me But Get Hard, just don't watch it. I don't have words to describe how stupid it was. It's not funny. It's a fucking stupid movie. And I really do like Kevin Hart, but this movie is a piece of shit, and so will Ride Along too, which I'm sure will be on my list next year.
All right. So my number 3 choice, and I'm going to preface this by saying that I saw the 2 films which had been coming out before that the week before I saw this movie. So I hadn't seen them before. I watched Insidious 1 and Insidious 2 before seeing Insidious Chapter 3. I actually really enjoyed those films a lot more than I was really expecting to. Because the concept itself was just really fascinating to me, despite the whole horror stuff that was involved with it. Insidious Chapter 3 disappointed the hell out of me, honestly, because it has like very slim connections to either of the first 2 films. I didn't really care that much about the main character. The old woman was fine, but she did virtually what she did in the first 2 films, but on a newbie level of sorts. Yeah, Insidious Chapter 3, it just didn't really interest me as much as I was kind of hoping that it would. So it's my 3rd most disappointing film of the year.
We're judging number 3, which is Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. Let me tell you a little short story here. 2 hours to drive. I went. I'm talking like fucking Yoda right now. And that movie, you just have to watch my review because I think I almost died. I had a mini stroke after, because it is the definition of a waste of life. I sat there, I watched it, I walked out and said, why did you do that, James? Why? And I can't answer myself. It takes what you enjoyed from the first few, which I enjoyed all of them to some extent, and gave me nothing. The CGI of Toby was fucking stupid. He looked like Venom, but shittier. Spoiler alert. And it tied up stuff, but then it didn't. Like, it tied up Toby, but it didn't. There's still all this shit that's happening. You're just like, the fuck? And it's the last movie, and you're just like, the fuck? And that's exactly how I felt after that movie. The fuck. That was my reaction. So don't see this movie. Don't waste your time. It's just not worth your life.
And this is the Maze Runner Scorch Trials. Oh my god. I had such anticipation going into this movie. I have not read the books, so maybe if I read the books it would have like gotten me more or something. But the fact that you would have to read the book to understand things that aren't shown or things which literally aren't shown or don't fit into the movie, to appreciate the movie, that doesn't make a good movie. And so I don't know. I was so bored in that theater. I was like one of maybe 5 people in the theater in the morning seeing it, and I expected this really cool adventure, but I could predict basically what was going to happen with every character, every plot line from basically the first half hour of the movie, and I was just bored out of my mind the whole time. So I'll see the final one, but I'm not looking forward to it now. But Scorch Trials is my second most disappointing film of the year.
Wow. My number 2 is a little title. You might not have heard of this franchise before. It's not too big, but this one came out and it just completely destroyed this little franchise. We call it Genesis, Terminator Genesis. One of the worst movies this year. Let me tell you a little short story one more time. Terminator 2 was shown to me at 4 years old. My mother said, watch it. I said, okay. And unlike The Exorcist, when I was shown at 4 and cried and never wanted to go to sleep or church again, I saw Terminator and said, that's my hero. And then I saw Terminator 1, and I loved that. And then I saw Terminator 3 when I was older, and I didn't understand how stupid it was yet. And then I saw Terminator, whatever came after that, with with Batman, and it was horrible. And then I saw this, and now I never want to see another Terminator again. So I guess that says everything. Just, no.
And surprisingly, I actually enjoyed Genesis.
Oh!
As in, like, I own it on Blu-ray now. So, number 1, I had heard about production issues and whatnot, and before I went to see this, I saw a lot of people say, oh, this movie is shit, and this is why. And I'm like, oh, it can't be that bad. The first 30 minutes or so wasn't that bad. Wasn't great. It wasn't that bad. And then when you see on the screen 1 year later, it's not going to be bad, especially when it's a superhero movie. This is Fantastic Four, and it was, oh my god, the worst movie of the year, probably, for me, just because of how the trailer made it seem like this dark, gritty, cool superhero film. But when you don't see the superheroes themselves learn how to use their powers in a basic superhero-like environment, not concealed in a lab for over a year, and then we meet up with them when they are generally masters of their abilities at this point. That's just not fun. It's not a good superhero movie. They team up for the first time in the final climatic battle, and they somehow defeat this villain who should be able to just decimate them easily. And it bugged the hell out of me. Like I said, first half hour or so was fine. I was excited to see where it was going. It could have been a cool space adventure movie if they had cut out any of the superhero crap. But it annoyed the hell out of me by the end of it. And easily the most disappointing film of the year for me, and probably the worst film of the year in my opinion.
Well, I'm going to do a little truth serum right now. Fantastic Four was pretty enjoyable if you were blind, deaf, and you didn't know what the fucking movie was. No, I'm just kidding. I actually, to be honest, I haven't seen it.
What?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. And this is why, because everybody in the world has told me not to see this movie, and there's only so much you can take before somebody tells you you don't see this movie that you go, okay, I'm not going to see this movie. This is going to be a surprise to a lot of people because this movie, it was definitely, nobody, I don't think anybody expected it to be as bad as it was, but Age of Ultron had so many issues and problems that it just annoyed the shit out of me. No, I'm just kidding. It was disappointing, but
okay, I was like, really? That's your worst of 2015?
No,
that was worse than Green Inferno for you?
No, the worst movie, and some people know because they've seen my review, Pan. Let me tell you about Pan. First off, they use Light Team Spirit. That's already pissing me off because you do not take a classic like that and put it into a Peter Pan film. Second, the movie just sucked. Like, there was just no point to this movie. Every minute on the screen, I was like, why is this made? And I saw it for free at a screening, and I was still wondering, why is this made? Why? Like, why is this created? Who studio-wise went in and went, let's make a Peter Pan film? Nobody wanted a Peter Pan film. It's the age of comics. Fuck Peter Pan. But nope, they did it anyway. Let's get a bunch of great actors and that really hot actress. And oh my god, they made this. This piece of shit, ugly ass, looking fucking gray world, cock-sucking, stupid ass script, terrible dialogue, motherfucking musical. Worst thing I've ever seen in the last 2 years, because Ride Along was my number one last year. This is worse than Ride Along. So fuck you, Pan. You were somehow worse than a fucking stupid, stereotypical, making fun of black race movie, and you were horrible for it. So fuck Pan.
Okay. I'm just going to assume that you haven't seen my Pan review and just move on from there.
Yeah, let's move on. I haven't seen it. And now I just went, Pan's bad.
All right.
Beautiful.
We'll just agree to disagree on that one.
Agree not to watch each other's reviews on Pan. Okay. All right, so that is the worst movies and most disappointing movies. If I had more time, a top 10, I actually probably would have put Age of Ultron probably at number 10. It was very disappointing. Still a good movie, but when your expectations as Avengers is your second favorite Marvel movie, you gotta feel a little bit disappointed. And watching it again, unlike Star Wars, I saw more flaws. So that's the opposite effect. Of course, I would actually probably you could put Ant-Man on there, but I guess because I didn't have any expectations for Ant-Man, it just came out as good as I expected. Okay. So those two movies are on my disappointed list. I just want to throw it out there, as well as Mad Max. So, but that's for another day. These are the top 5 worst movies. These are movies I recommend just skipping altogether if you could, if you don't want to hurt yourself. And I haven't seen Fantastic Four, but I agree with Nick. Don't watch that movie because I'm not going to watch it.